I brought my empire with me. My bro Fendi. You whack niggas offend me. It's still white slavery with Sarah and Cindy. I'm on a carousel with a gypsy. My young niggas.
What is good, y'all? DJ TMac back here for another great hip-hop conversation. If you can't see, if you don't know who I'm sitting with, it's my man O Finess.
Yo.
Box State representative. What's good, O? How you doing?
T-Mac, my man, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
It's good to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? With the man, the myth, the legend. And now we having conversations with T-Mac, man.
Hey, so welcome back to the studio, homie.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man.
Last time you was in here, we was preparing for the Don and I tour show in Colorado Springs.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
we was doing prep for that, getting the set together.
Sir, that was crazy.
A few months ago. And we really haven't been able to chop it up and get together too much since then. So, hey, man, so let's start off there. Let's talk about the show, that experience, the Don and I, Ninth Wonder, Musalini, Crisis, Swank, King Draft, Izzy, everybody, man. Talk about that night.
It's just first and foremost, let me just thank my brother Moose for bringing me on the stage, man. Let me share the stage with him and be around the greats, Ninth Wonder, Crisis, you know what I'm saying? You got Izzy, Swing, Draft, all the bros from News, Eddie James, Blanco, Basement. I mean, it's something big. It was something big for the Springs, man, just for Colorado in a whole, I think. To bring that magnitude of talent here in our lane, what we do in our world, I think that was something just really big. And it was just a night, man. It was a night to remember, man. We had a lot of fun, we performed. And it was just something big for my town, man. To do it in Colorado Springs was really big. Shout out to Chiba. I think Cliff Cage, my man City Hollow. Shout out to them bros, man.
DJ Technique.
Yeah, DJ Technique.
Yep. He hooked it up.
Yeah. Shout out to all them cats, down there in Colorado Springs 719, man. This was stand up.
Yeah, that was an amazing night, man. Legendary shit. It was awesome to be a part of it, DJ for some of the acts, and man, it was just a good time. But like you said, legendary night, like some amazing, shit was happening for the city that night.
Yeah, definitely, man. And it's crazy, man, because it's I think we, as being Colorado, and there's so much talent in Colorado, but when you get to that magnitude where you're bringing people in like Ninth Wonders and Crisis and things like that, and you're in Colorado Springs performing, and you're a part of it, and that's where you born and raised at, I think that's just a big thing. So yeah, that was a monumental night. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely had a lot of fun. We kicked it big, we did it big, and yeah, that was dope. Glad you came out.
Hell yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was great to be a part of the show and then watch it also. Ninth killed it on the turntables. Crisis killed it on his set. Moose did his thing. You came up. I forget the name of the song right now that you guys performed.
We did Front and Center.
Front Center,
Front and Center off No Squares.
Yeah, man, that was
it's dope.
Legendary, legendary.
Really. You know what I'm saying? Up there, just with the with the legends, and Moose is working doing so much right now, moving. He's pushing the momentum. And Moose is just good inspiration because he honestly keeps everybody else busy. You don't want the man in the front outworking everybody else. So you got to stay busy, man. When you see the Pharaoh moving, you're gonna be like, all right, man, I see you moving. I'm gonna be moving too, baby. You know what I'm saying? And come around like a boomerang. We just keep building and keep adding on and keep manifesting and trying to push to where we want to get. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
the Springs was heavy, man. It was heavy that night.
You talk about the Musalini moving around. I was just he was here yesterday.
Yeah,
I saw him. I was there for the video shoot. Green Berets remix. Y'all be on the lookout. Ooh, heavy hitters. Talk about the remix and let's get into what happened yesterday.
So the remix, man. Basement. Shout out to my cousin, to Basement, but he put it together, man. We did the Prospect Lake album. Me and Eddie James, my little cousin. We did the Prospect Lake. We had a song on there called Green Berets, produced by Doof. And
hard track.
Yeah, hard track, man. And we was just listening to it and throwing names, and I was like, yo, man, Flea go crazy on this. So we reached out to Flea Lord, and him and because I was able to make the play. We have to put Moose on it because, you know, that's bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. That's one half of No Squares My Circle, and that's 1/3 of Players Club. So we had to make that happen. And then we just put it together, man. We redid our verses. We put it together, then everybody came out yesterday, man. Shout out to Joy Suave and Clever Schemes. The whole team, the models, everybody that came through yesterday. You was there, you know, and we was able just to get in there, vibe. Everybody worked their ass off. I think we was in there almost 10 hours. Yeah. And Schemes was very, very stingy with the breaks, so he's getting like 10-minute breaks here and there.
Yeah,
well,
man.
You know what I'm saying? So
it felt like you was on a movie set.
Nah, real
very
shit.
Official.
No, real shit. They was it was very professional, great energy, and it was you know, that was my first time being on an actual set to do a video, and it was cool, man. Just, you know, you learn a lot. You're like, wow, you know, we're usually doing videos kind of on the fly and just moving around and doing things of that nature. But yesterday was very organized and structured, so it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, very cool to watch. I'm always taking notes whenever I'm around some professionals and you guys are doing whatever. I'm always taking notes. So it was a lot of fun to watch Schemes work. Anybody who's been watching the channel for a little bit, we interviewed Schemes earlier this year. Go check that out if you haven't. Amazing filmmaker, artist, rapper, producer, you know, out here in Colorado. So definitely check out Clever Schemes as well. Yeah. Check out that interview. But talk about just kind of what's been going down this whole weekend. Musalini was out here, like you mentioned. Flea Lord was out here doing the video, which I can't wait to see the video. Schemes and
Joey Suave.
Joey's his name.
Joey Suave.
I cannot wait to see what you guys do with that because it was awesome to you know, watch it all being filmed and put together. And man, that final product's gonna be crazy. And
crazy.
It's like a bomb. A bomb is gonna drop. I feel like the combination of artists on there, it's gonna help expose people to different people that they might not be listening to.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the idea. You know, I think, you know, when you and shout out to Flea, man, because Flea just, man, he's a solid dude, man.
Shout
he's just
out.
very just humble dude, solid, shares his knowledge, you know, gives you pointers, and you could just see it comes from a real genuine place. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is business, but I think once you start building relationships and you can have, you know, people that you have genuine relationships with, man, that's what you need to build with. You know, you need to keep the fake shit to the side, man. You know what I'm saying? If you kind of pushing and pulling and trying to reach and force it, man, you know, you shouldn't be having to force nothing. It should be all finesse. So, you know, I really like fucking with Flea, you know what I'm saying? It was just genuine. I got here Saturday. Everybody got here Saturday. I was tired. I was trying to get a little rest, but, you know, the guys was like, yo, we finna go cook up. So we was in the studio. You know, Windsor started playing some beats, and then Flea just heard a beat that he just loved. So everybody started going in, writing, getting the beat ready. Everybody laid their verse, and I was having trouble laying my verse. I don't know if it was the mixture of the Hennessy and the being tired, or if it was just I was having a little trouble laying my verse. So me and Eddie James stayed up till about 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying, working on that. Then, mind you, we had to get up and be at the video shoot. I had to be there at 11.
Yeah.
So then we didn't get out of there till about 11 the next night, you know what I'm saying, to wind down. And then, yeah, man, you know, got up today, back at it. It's around like, I don't know, 11 now, and I'm here having conversations with TMac.
Yeah, man.
So this shit don't stop, you know what I mean? Work.
All work. All good work, too, man. I really can't wait to hear kind of what was being cooked up this weekend and what's going to come out of it. You know, what was recorded and just what's going to come in the future. You know, I just see a lot of good things coming. We talked about Colorado Springs earlier with the Don and I, and your latest release with Eddie James,
yes,
Prospect
sir.
Lake. You know,
yes,
it's a very hometown like project. Like I could try to describe it, but I want to hear from you, kind of why you chose Prospect Lake, what the whole project means.
Okay, so Prospect Lake is a lake. It's just an area on the south side, part of Colorado Springs, what we call the south side. You got K-Land, south side, Memorial Park, but Prospect Lake is just, it's just a heavy, I would just say it's a heavy staple in our community where I come from in Colorado Springs. Growing up, that's where it was at. You know what I'm saying? If you had the shiny rims, the fly cars, you know what I mean, you rolled through Prospect Lake. You know, if you knew how to play basketball, you know, you was at Prospect Lake balling. You know, if you if you was getting money, you know what I'm saying, all the fly cats, that's where they would be. You know, honeys would be, you know, on the weekend, on Sundays, that's where you would go. You cruise through, you know, let people see you shining. And Prospect Lake, man, just for me, just growing up, that's where it was at. You know what I'm saying? If you was someone or anybody, you was at Prospect Lake. So when we was doing a project, man, we just, you know, we had a song, a couple songs we was working on, but our first song off the album, Prospect Lake, we just like, you know, when we were doing the song, man, and we was trying to come up with a name for the album, I just said, man, this sounds very fitting, man. Like, we need to take this back to the foundation, back to home base. We need to really let people know that we really represent Colorado, you know what I mean? Like, in Prospect Lake, that's our foundation, that's our staple. So we just wanted to go from there, and then when we start structuring and building the album and putting it together, it just stuck, you know what I mean? So we said, yeah, we're going to rock with that. And, you know, shout out to Tice Mullins. He did the artwork. But, yeah, man.
Great artwork.
Was crazy, yeah.
I actually wanted to talk about that. I have that written down. Okay. The artwork here is more realistic than, you know, let's say like the No Squares in My Circle or a lot of your other covers even, you know, Prodigal Son.
Yeah.
Amazing artwork, but this artwork is very realistic to me.
Yes, sir.
And I felt like that might represent kind of what's in the project.
Right.
You know, Prospect Lake, you're talking about where you're from. So I felt like there was a little bit of a connection there. That's something that like I just kind of put together.
Yeah, actually, I mean, you know, Tice is just an incredible artist. And, you know, when he did the artwork, you know, I kind of sent him some pictures of just like the basketball court and that building that they have in the back. That building in the background. That's an actual building, and that was just kind of just a picture. And then he just kind of just did his thing, man. Dude's amazing. But he really brought the idea of Prospect Lake to life through the artistry. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's that's what we was looking for. That, you know, and then we just want people to feel it. You know what I'm saying? But more in a realistic way, and that's why I kind of really like Tice's artwork, because he does bring that realism out, you know, versus just being like a cartoon type sketch or something like that. It's more realistic. But yeah, we wanted to feel it, man. We was really trying to make a statement with the project, you know.
When I was doing some research, I actually saw on YouTube there's like a live camera of Prospect Lake that you could watch like 24/7. It's just there's a camera on Prospect Lake.
I did not know that.
I think it like shows the mountains in the background. It's like a dope angle. Talk about the beauty of like Colorado Springs and it being so close to the mountains. That's something I actually heard Basement talking about yesterday with Flea. He's like, you know, Denver, we're here, you see the mountains,
right? But
Colorado Springs, you like in the valley, right next to the mountain, really, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, growing up, man, that was the thing, you know. They're right there, and it's funny, man, because when I was real young, they looked so big and so far away, and as I got older through the years, they look closer and closer, and they just look like they're right there in the middle of the city. And I think that is a cool thing about Colorado Springs versus Denver, where Denver's mountains are pretty far out, where you have to get to them, but Colorado Springs mountains are just right there, man, and it's the whole scenery of the Colorado Springs, because as you come in, man, you just, you know, you got Air Force Academy, you got Garden of the Gods, you know, you have Pikes Peak, Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. Just a lot of beauty to it, but you know, in the crevices and corners of that beauty, you got a lot of shit that's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I don't want to say this too, man, because they just had a tragic shooting in Colorado Springs yesterday. So, hey, man, we want to send our thoughts and our prayers out to all the families that was affected by that shooting, and just pray for the, you know what I'm saying, just send our blessings and our prayers out for the city of Colorado Springs. And, you know, unfortunate things like that happen in beautiful places, man. But, you know, it's, you know, I definitely want to focus on the beautiful things of it. And I try to put that in my music, you know what I mean? I try to talk about the Granby Lakes and the Pikes Peaks and the shit that you really want to gravitate to, because life is meant to be lived, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing in the box. We living life, you know?
Absolutely, man. Since I moved here, I want to say your music hits a little different. Honestly, yo. So when I first pulled up, when I'm driving out here from Massachusetts, mind you, so like day 3 on the drive, we pass into Colorado. First music I put on, No Squares in My Circle.
Right, appreciate you.
It just hit different when I was in Colorado, and a lot of things you're talking about, mentioning Pikes Peak and just different places I'm becoming familiar with.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sure people who are from the Springs and know about Prospect Lake and the whole vibe, you releasing that probably meant a lot to them, and it's cool to see you really holding it down for Colorado.
Yeah, man, we got to, man. We want to represent. That was my goal, man. As being an artist, I just wanted to, I think we want to be able to take care of our family. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to provide food, clothing, and shelter. And you're gonna need cream to do that. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. But I think I just came in with the idea like, yo, when they talk about O Finess and shit, they gonna mention, when they talk about Colorado, like who's from Colorado, they gotta mention Finesse. I want to push that. I want to make sure they knew, like, yo, I'm from Colorado. I'm gonna represent Colorado. I'm gonna wave the Colorado flag. I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna stay solid, 10 toes down for the box. I'm gonna do it just like that. I'm gonna rep it like that. I'm not gonna waver. I'm not gonna bend. I'm not gonna break. I'm not gonna do any type of weird shit that makes the box look bad. I'm gonna always rep the box. And then, that's what I want to do, man. Just that's my goal, you know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, it's tons of talent out here, man. It's just, we fighting and scratching just to get the recognition. So we got to just keep building. We got to keep working. And one thing artists should do from Colorado is work together, man. Don't be hating on your fellow brother, man. That shit is weird. If you got differences, man, settle that shit, get it out the way. But push the box. And I think that was a great thing about Houston. When Houston was in their heyday, and I know it was just Houston, but, I think artists can learn a lot from that, because the Houston artists, even though a lot of them had differences, they was willing to put the differences aside to push the culture in Houston further ahead. And that's what we need to do here in the box.
Made a big impact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, so Colorado, next up.
Yeah, we got to do it. It's our turn, baby. They can't, man, come on, man. They can't, you know what I'm saying? They trying to Matumbo me, man, but I ride with big shooters like Jokic in the hatchback,
hey.
You know what I mean?
Hey.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
They trying to Matumbo me, man.
Dang, bro. All right, so let's pull it back. Let's talk about Prospect Lake a little bit again.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into the creation process. You know me, I love digging into the details. This is mostly produced by Eddie James.
Yes, sir.
Like you mentioned, Doofus with the Green Beret, and I believe Funk Shui got a joint on there.
Yeah, Funk
Absolutely.
Shui, yeah.
Shout out Funk Shui.
Yeah, shout out Funk.
What was the first joint recorded on here? And talk about the environment that you recorded this project in.
The first joint we did was Prospect Lake. That was the first one we probably did, man. But the environment, man, was just, I mean, we got a studio at the house, you know what I mean? So we was just like, we was in the studio and we was just cooking shit. He was cooking shit and making beats. And I'm like, yo, let me get that. And we just in there cooking him like 3-4 joints into the cook. We just like, man, shit, you want to do a little album real quick? And we're like, yeah. So it was all organic. We knocked the album out like in 4 days. You know what I mean? It wasn't even.
Yeah, that was, when I first heard you mentioning the project, you said how quickly it came together. I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. But I know that I've heard that from many artists. And once you just get in that creative zone, you don't want to stop it. There's no reason to stop it. It's just a flow. It's almost like time doesn't exist, right? You just kind of
you definitely
creating.
Yeah, you definitely you get swallowed up in that shit, man. It's like I always tell people, it's like that. It's like the what is that in Alice in Wonderland? The rabbit hole, man. You know what I'm saying? You get caught up in the rabbit hole, man. The music, and that's why for me, like, cause I work too, bro, and I work a lot. You know what I'm saying? So the process for me was I was working sometimes 10, 12 hours a day, get home, get a little something to eat, bounce up to the studio. Then we in there cooking, sometimes you ain't getting to bed till like, 2, 3 in the morning. And then I got to get up and do that all over again. You going off like 4 or 5 hours of rest, which I don't recommend for people. You know what I'm saying? I think you should get your rest. I think you should take care of your body, important. Get your water, walk, get get some sun, exercise, get your meditation on. That's the shit out, But, music has always been like my mistress, you know what I'm saying? It's always been, you know, where I could escape. So yeah, I think you just get caught up in the music, and you need to, you know, you have to kind of find balance with it, I think. So I'm definitely been working, want to keep pushing it. You know, we got Prospect Lake in the works right now. I mean, we finished with that. We have my next album in the works right now that I'm doing with Calico. And then I'm going to take a little break, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to, reset, man. You know, I think that's good, man. And I suggest people do that, man, just with anything you're doing in life, especially the things that you're passionate about. I think, you know, because you don't want to get burnt out on it. You don't want to lose the passion for it. And plus, if you know, without your health, how you going to be able to be productive in anything you do in life? You know what I mean? So health is wealth, man. Take care of yourself. You know?
Amen. Shout out to that. I mean, people who are watching this interview right now, you could see the last interview wasn't for a couple months. You know, you got to get away and clear your head sometimes. But, you know,
and take care of yourself, your mental health as well.
Absolutely. When you come back stronger. And that's what we're here to do, homie.
Yes, sir. I love it.
So, I mean, this project, I like it. It's what do we got? 7 tracks. So you got the intro, you got 6 songs, about 22 minutes. Perfect for my ride to work.
Right.
I love it. Nice little jam. Do you have a favorite off of it, or, you know, I always ask artists this, and I know it changes throughout the time, but you have one that kind of sticks out to you right now?
Yeah, Foolish, definitely.
It takes a fool to learn. That's natty. Don't love nobody. It takes a fool foundation to learn. 719. Told y'all niggas that foolish with this shit. Outkast. Nobody. It takes a fool.
Blanco in the Mazda 6, knocking gang star full clip, potting licks, finessing Eddie the new clips, trying to cop the Desi with a golden grip. That bitch gon' hit like a ton of bricks. Composition book with the shit, raincoat from Kip.
Foolish, Foolish is foolish, man. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say Foolish would probably be the one, because Foolish was us playing. You know, he produced the beat, and now you gotta think as he's producing beats, I'm in there in the studio with him, and we're brainstorming. But when he started playing his beat, I just was like, yo, we gotta put this with that. And I was like, I'm gonna sing this shit. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, I'm gonna sing it. And I was sharing the idea with him, and I let Basement hear the idea, and they looking at me like, yeah, okay, motherfucker, you gonna sing? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna sing this shit, you know what I'm saying? And he put the beat on, and then we went in, man, and we got that spinners. It takes a fool to love. It takes a fool to learn. And love don't love nobody. We put that in there, a little snippet of that, and then we sung it, man, and we put it together, man. It came out fire. You know, it came out, yeah, man, righteous.
Yeah, it was really great to hear a different side of you, sort of, you know, coming out with the singing. I like that sample, that flip, you know, how you guys did that, the interpolation of the lyrics, man. Yeah. It's cool. I didn't necessarily know the song before,
yeah.
But you know me, I went through every song. What can I go back and try to find? So, you know, I found the original. We got the Spinners noted right here.
Yeah, Spinners.
I got written down here that R&B finesse coming out.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about how much you love R&B and stuff like that, and is it mixing more into your music?
R&B is my shit. You know what I mean? Like I really wish I knew how to produce, because I really love that R&B sound, man. That 80s, like 70s definitely. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ride from like mid 70s, and I'm gonna go all the way up into like 80s, you know, 90s, early 90s and shit. But man, that R&B sound, man, when you just had so much going on right there, man. You was going from the 70s, and then you was getting into the 80s, and you had bands like SOS Band and Loose Ends and Sherelle and Alexander O'Neal and you know, Morris Day and the Time, and just these great bands that just kind of went against the grain of how the sound was supposed to be. And that shit to me is just amazing, because that's how I want my shit to be. You know, I wanna go against the grain of what people's doing. I wanna push my shit to where I wanna push it. I wanna do my shit the way I wanna do it. You know, regardless of who likes it. if I feel in my heart that I love it, then that's what's important to me. And it's hard to get to that place. But I seen an interview by Prince one time, and it made sense what he was saying, that we create this art, right? And we cherish this art. It's like we creating and we're cultivating and we're putting it together, and then we present it to people, and they say, oh, well, I don't like that. And then we lose all the fucking love for it. And it's like, yo, you got to stop doing that shit. You got to do your art and love your art, and when you cultivating your art, and you got to look at it like a diamond, and when you put it in the world, keep the same love for it. You know what I mean? Don't allow people outside of you to determine or let you know if your sound's not what it's supposed to be, because you got to know at the end of the day, that's just a person's opinion. You know what I mean? No one's a executive at Sony or Quincy Jones or somebody to be critiquing your shit. So, you know, that's something that you got to get to mentally. And that takes practice, you know what I mean? Till you can get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to do what I like to do with my music. Even sometimes people in your camp, they might be like, you should do this. And you be like, man, you know what? Fuck that. I don't hear it like that. You know what I'm saying? But then there's sometimes that you got to do, sometimes you have to be like, you know, and that's another thing that me and Eddie was able to do on this album. We really communicated a lot. Like, what you think about this? Nah, I don't like that. What you think about this? Nah, I don't like that. But we should do this, yeah. And it wasn't a lot of bickering. It was both of us allowing our creative minds to come together as one for the better part of the album. You know what I'm saying? Because there are things that I didn't want to do. There was things that he didn't want to do. But instead of us bickering about it, I think we found a common ground that we could, you know what I'm saying, make an agreement, agree to disagree, you know what I'm saying, in better words, yeah.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's definitely nice to hear you two on a project together again, because this is not the first collaborative project that you guys have done. Beluga Roe.
Yes, sir, Beluga Roe.
First project. Was that your first or one of the first few projects that you presented to the world, right?
Yeah, that was my first project.
Project.
Before that, you know, me and Schemes did the Royal Penthouse, and that was just a small EP snippet, maybe like 5 minutes, just like an introduction to O Finess, what I was, you know, where we was going with it, our sound. Because I've been on the fly shit, you know what I'm saying? I've been on that. That's been my sound, you know what I'm saying? I've never tried to waver outside of that. You know, came with Royal Penthouse, Beluga Roe, then we double back with Yikes. After Yikes, we came with Prodigal Son, now Prospect Late. You know, so I've been on that sound. That's been my sound. So, yeah, Beluga Roe was produced entirely by Eddie James. He's actually on the album with me with on the song Big Worm. And yeah, man, we working, man. You know what I'm saying?
So I listened to that project in preparation for this, and like you said, you've been on the fly shit for a while, so it's still it's one of your earlier projects, but it's still a high caliber project, unique beats, and I have here high caliber lyricism.
Appreciate you.
What has changed from then to now?
Nothing's really changed more so than just my creative, me being just more in control of my creativity and where I want to go. Like I said, just hearing a lot of those great R&B artists, a lot of the MCs that I'm very influenced by and I respect, listening to younger artists, you know what I mean, and being open-minded and not just being stuck in a capsule and be like, they're playing that, you know. Some of that stuff's not for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold you, but at the same time, there's a lot of young, talented cats out there, and I'm like, yo, this kid is crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is wild, you know what I mean? And I think that's probably the thing that's changed for me, is just being more open-minded with where I'm trying to go with my shit. Like, I would have never did a song like Foolish back then, because I would have been too concerned with what people got to say about it. Oh, what is he doing? You know what I mean? So, but now I'm just like, yo, I'm doing all kind of crazy shit. When you hear this Highly Cool, it's crazy because I'm doing what I want to do on it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, rest in power to MF Doom, a great, but just to say that is just, I was listening to his album, I think it's the MF Food album. Food. Yeah, Food. And that was just, to me, and I've heard that album before. Yeah, I've heard it before, but I think when I was really just trying to like tap into something that I'm like, yo, man, I need to tap into, you got the MF Dooms, man. You got the Old Dirty Bastards. You got these dudes that was giving us the actual blueprint how to get free mentally from these critics, man. Because that shit can stagnate your sound, man. That can stagnate your growth. it can stagnate your creativity. So I started listening to this shit that I listened to, but I heard it, but I didn't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing, but I'm not listening. And that's when I went back, and that album right there, I was like, yo, because there was a lot of things on there he was doing, and it's just like, shit, if you wasn't really like fucking with Doom, you was gonna be like, nah, I don't want to hear this. You know what I mean? And that's just beautiful. So rest in power to the God, man. Thank you, Doom. You know.
First and foremost, we miss you, Doom.
That's for that, man.
One of my favorite tracks off the project, Move to Miami.
Move to Miami.
For multiple reasons, man. Just the sound of it, number one.
Yes, sir.
You know, I love sampling. You got the Ice Lord sample in the beginning.
Yeah. We got to put Ice, man. Shout out to Ice, man. Peace, King.
Eddie James, you know, I don't really remember hearing him on a bunch of hooks, but both you guys have your fair share of, like, hooks, and he sound like he really, like, there's a different level that right. he stepped it up for this project.
Yeah.
Brought something different.
Yeah,
out.
we worked. It was a collaborative project, man. Like, I wrote the hook for that.
First and foremost, we miss you, Doom. This money won't fit, we need another room. This ain't no drip, this a monsoon. Over the stove, immune to the fumes. First and foremost, we miss you, Doom. This money won't fit, we need another room. This ain't no drip, this a monsoon. Over the stove, immune to the fumes.
I wrote that hook, but I didn't want to say the hook because Eddie has such a unique voice that he made it sound way better than I could because my voice is so monotone. So we really collabed on this album. There was a lot of things that we did with each other that we really just collabed, you know what I mean?
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, man. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And then, you know, Doom, like I said, man, Doom, you know, he set a pathway for a lot of us cats that's really trying to just find our way, man, and, you know, maneuver through the manure, you know what I'm saying, as I like to say. So, yeah, man.
That Move to Miami, Foolish. I have written here hooks from both of you showing the evolution.
Right.
Both you guys mentioned Outkast, like you're the new Outkast.
Yeah, man. And so, crazy thing about it, man, you know, I love skits and I love to put skits together. But that was one thing, man. We was just talking our shit, man. You know, like, you know, I love Big Boy. I love Andre 3000. I just think they changed the game with some shit. They stayed another group that stayed in their lane, man. Did what they wanted to do, creatively, and I respect them a lot. And when we was putting this together, it was just like I said. Eddie and James, we the new Outkast, or something on. I'm not familiar with song. I forgot what song, but we kind of just ran with that shit. So then when I just got on YouTube and found a lot of interviews that was about Outkast. And Eddie put the beat together. He chopped all the skits up at the beginning.
The intro.
Yeah, the intro. You could tell it's Gip in there, it's Ludacris in there. Yep. Yeah, so, you know, and we kind of just behind the scene type shit. Like, you got to really be listening to like what's going on and be like, yo, fuck, who is this? Who are they talking about? And, you know, we kind of just ran with it. You know what I'm saying? It sound good. Like, yeah, we the new Outkast, baby. So we ran with it, man. You know.
Yeah, something that I kind of put together off of that is, you know, I forget what the award show was, but when he came out and said the South got something to say.
Yes, sir.
They were coming from a place where people weren't necessarily looking for hip hop at the time.
Now you're getting it. Right?
And you know what? Colorado seems to almost be in a similar place.
Yo,
that, you
man.
know, people are coming out with this music. The box got something to say.
We got something to say, man.
Right.
And it's cool because we don't sound like we're like if you said, "Oh, Colorado," I get so many people be like, "Man, I didn't think you was from Colorado," and I just get that on a normal, like, you know, like certain fans of people hear me like, "I didn't know you was from Colorado," you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, I'm from Colorado, you know what I mean? So that's a cool thing. We don't actually, and if they would say to fit the bill of sound that comes out of Colorado, they wouldn't necessarily say we fit the bill that we come from Colorado. Yeah. So, and that's another thing that's important to me is just pushing the box. Like, we got to push this shit. Because if we don't, it's kind of like with Outkast, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of got shunned because they wasn't from this place or that place, but they still pushed where they was from. They came up with their own sound. They stayed in their lane. And, yo, man, you know, Andre and, you know, Big Boy, man. You know, it's just classic. You know what I mean?
Classic.
Vintage.
I got a bunch of their records right here. Look at we got two. Which one is this? Equeminize.
Yeah.
We got ATLiens, Players Ball single. It goes on and on. We love Outkast over here.
We love Outkast, baby.
So man, I like the connection there.
Yeah,
it's cool. I like to put all this together behind the scenes and get my own interpretation.
It's cool, man, because you actually you can see the vision. That's where we was going with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We kind of I was watching a lot of documentaries on Outkast, and I was just like, yo, man, these dudes, they really clawed and nailed to get that, man. You know what I'm saying? And nothing was given to them, man, but nothing's going to be given to you worth having, you know what I'm saying? Worth keeping and building.
Yeah.
You know.
Dang, bro. Crazy. Yeah. This is our first in-person interview, by the way. So I had to throw that out here.
Yeah, it's our first joint,
we did 2 over the web. That's when I was still living over on the East Coast in Massachusetts. But we here now, baby. We in person.
Yo, my man Mac, man. It's my guy right here, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So you mentioned it a few times in this interview. Highly cool.
Highly cool.
That's
man.
The next project coming out.
It's my
fully produced by Calico. Shout out to Calico.
Calico the Hitman.
Calico the Hitman. We got an interview with him on the channel. Go check that out as well.
Yes, sir.
Highly cool. Where did this come from? How did this start to come about?
So, man, highly cool, man, just came from me having an idea. One of my favorite movies of all time is Coolie High. And Coolie High, I don't know if you've seen the movie. And for those that haven't seen the movie, it's just basically about two best friends growing up in the inner city of south side of Chicago. Just being in poverty, but just making the best of their situation, being in high school, girls, having fun, doing just what kids in high school do, joyriding, stolen cars, just what you would do. But then there's a lot of stuff in there that's, goes back to the poverty part of being in the inner city and in the ghetto. So me and Calico kind of came up with this idea. The two characters in the movie is Preach and Cochise. Cochise is a basketball player about to go off to college. I'm not going to say the whole movie because you might want to sit down and watch it one day. Mm-hmm. And Preach is his best friend. He's an aspiring writer trying to make it to Hollywood. And they just go through a lot of trials and tribulations, but they have a lot of ups and downs. And instead of it being Coolie High, we flipped it and put Highly Cool. And yeah, man, we got some shit for their ass, man. We about to change the game with this one.
Dope, man. So I haven't heard anything off this one yet.
Yeah, you haven't.
You send them over whenever, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you something, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Frey about to give me a couple, man. I'll probably have something here for y'all in the next 2 weeks, man. I got a joint on there, man, and with my brother Moose, called For the Brothers. So that'll be the first single off the project, For the Brothers, with my brother Musalini.
Sweet, bro. So this isn't the first time that you're making a project with somebody where you're not physically in the same room with them. We got Prodigal Son right here.
Yes, sir.
Fully produced by Clipto Beats, and that was an all like sort of email exchange and technology sort of communication to build this project.
Yes, sir.
So this one with Calico is sort of the similar process?
Yes, definitely the similar process. Calico's crazy producer, probably one of my favorite producers right now. I just love his sound. Real soulful sound, real wavy, you know what I mean? How's that sound, man? Like, so
smooth.
He's sending me a lot of beats. The cool thing that I like about the album is that all the skits that I use from the album is from the actual movie Coolie High. So I wanted to kind of run it like if you were watching a movie. They're not all lined up as the movie plays, but the songs relate to the skits.
You have your own interpretation.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you a vision as you're listening to it. You can kind of see the movie, and especially if you've seen the movie, you can go and relate and be like, "Damn, man, I remember that." And if you haven't seen the movie in a long time, then you can reminisce over the movie. You know what I'm saying? So. Other than that, man, we just kind of keep each other in the loop. Yo, I'm gonna send some beats. Oh, okay, I got you. I'm gonna send these joints off to you, get them done, and I just kind of keep them on the loop, keep them in the loop of what we're doing, as far as like releases go. Once I get everything lined up and all the songs together, all the skits together, then I'll usually shoot it over to him and then let him have his input, and then we'll go back and make any changes that we have to make. If we don't have to make any changes, then we usually get over to our engineer, Fredo 180. Shout out Frey, peace Frey. And then, you know, we work it from there, you know what I'm saying? Same process with Klepto. These producers are just really good producers to work with because they kind of let me do my creative thing. But at the same time, if they do see something or hear something like, yo, we can still go back to the lab and we can change it and fix it, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm easy to work with, bro. I'm just trying to push my music, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not Hollywood with this shit. I'm finessing, baby, you know?
Finesse not forced.
Yes, sir.
Man, so I mean, that's a project that you mentioned like maybe during our like first interview even. Yeah. I mean, you got that one. You have probably a few others stashed out, or you just got a lot. You just got a lot of work, huh?
Yeah, man. I got some shit, you know, on my mind, man. But yeah, we definitely gonna drop Finesse Not Forced. You know, we dropping Finesse Not Forced this summer. You know what I'm saying? Shooting for the summer. And I got to talk with Basement, and probably we're gonna be, you know, close. You know, close working with Flea on it, you know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna have Flea behind the scenes helping me put it together, and that's gonna be my first assorted producer album. This will be my first album, but I got some heavyweights on this album right now, man, on Finesse Not Forced, man. Just to shout out a few brothers on there, but I got my brother Charles Hyder, peace to Charles, Funk P's on there from the Lord Mob. Who else we got on there, man? I got my brother Risk Taker on there. I have Ice Lord on there, Moose on there. You know, Izzy, definitely Izzy High to be on there. My News Camp brothers will be on there. I'm gonna have a lot of features, but just people I have genuine relationships with.
Yeah, it's all the team,
the team, everybody I build with. Same as the producers on there, you know. So we'll have like producers like Fuego, Calico, Rewind, Eddie James will be on there. Like, it's a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to keep my shit homegrown, you know what I'm saying? I wanna rock with what I'm rocking with because I believe in my niggas and I think they fly, you know what I'm saying? And I wanna push them, you know what I'm saying? Any type of platform I get, I wanna make sure I'm pushing them that they can get where they need to get to, you know what I'm saying? So, because I think that's how everybody did it coming up, right? You know what I'm saying? No one just came up and they was just the man, right? They had to cultivate what they had, and if they had their homies with them, they push their homies, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's how you should do it, man, because when you're doing a lot of that reaching shit, man, and you paying for this, paying for that, reaching for this, reaching for that, man, that shit just don't work out in the end. So, you know, like I say, man, I'm liking what's liking me, man. I'm fucking with what's fucking with me, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, man. It's a dope way to go about it, and, you know, dope way to just stay true to yourself and let your true artistry come out, man, and it's cool to watch the evolution.
Yeah,
it is.
And you've been there from the gate, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say shit like this. I'm fucking with who fucks with me. You know what I'm saying? I might get to a point where I might not do interviews with everybody, but I'm always do an interview with my man TMac. You know what I mean? You know how you know.
Let's go.
Say solid, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's just wrap up the highly cool sort of part of the conversation.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned Moose on there. Any other features you could tell us about?
Oh yeah,
or
man. On Highly
sort of
Cool.
A length on that one. What's that one looking like?
Well, on Highly Cool right now, man, it's just so crazy with Highly Cool because Calico keeps sending me shit, man, and these beats be crazy.
Keep building.
And this is like, yo, man, I don't even want to stop. You know what I'm saying? So, with Highly Cool though, we got my man Prophet's gonna be on there with me.
Prophet, shout out.
Prophet, shout out to Prophet. Prophet's an animal, man. He was just on the Shade 4-5 shit the other day.
I saw it.
Dummy.
Killing it.
Prophet, stop it. But yeah, we got Prophet on there. We got my man Moose on there. We got one of my brothers from Colorado Springs, Cole Frazier. Okay. You know, he's out of Black Divinity group. So some other brothers out of Colorado Springs as well. So I have my brother Cole Frazier on there. And then I don't know if you heard of City Hollow. But City Hollow, he's another MC out of Colorado Springs.
I feel like you might have mentioned him.
So
before.
yeah, so I think I got 5 features on there. I got Prophet, I got Moose, I got Cole Frazier, and City Hollow. So that's 4. I might be forgetting somebody. I'm not sure, but I think that's it. Yeah, 4 to 5
Dope.
features. You know what I'm saying? Album, I think the album's like 13. I think we got 13 joints on there.
Nice.
Yeah, so
nice. A
about
little bit longer
joints.
of a project for you.
Yeah, kind of like
more similar.
Yeah,
to
comparable
this, right?
to Prodigal Son. Yeah, I think Prodigal Son had about 13 or 14 joints.
Yeah, about 14, 15,
yeah,
maybe something like that. Interesting.
So,
Interesting to see the sort of similarities in
yeah. And I want to do it like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, kind of just speaking about, you know, the Holly Cool project. Like I said, we just having fun with it, but it's a heartfelt album, if that makes sense. It's a heartfelt album. It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's heartfelt. It's definitely.
I love that you're really bringing like concepts to your albums. You're not just putting together a body of music that you recorded. You know, it's like it's a lot of thought that goes into it. And like you said, collaboration with you and Eddie James, you and Calico, you know, not being in the same place. There's a lot of back and forth that has to go into it, I'm sure. So I can't wait to hear what this one will bring.
Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, and I think it's just I think that's what you should be doing as an artist. You know what I mean? I think sometimes we get caught up in the cookie cutter concept of what the next person is doing, and we kind of just go with that and go with that sound, and we're like, oh, do this, do that. But I don't want to be in a box like that. You know, I want to kind of be able to. I definitely want to, you know, get in contact with people's feelings. You know what I mean? I want people to feel my music, and I want them to be able to relate. And I think, you know, the things that we go through today is relevant. And I think there's a lot of people dealing with pain and shit, man, just in genuine life, you know, just in life in general. So, you know, those are the type of things that I like to tap into, man, and just, you know, get people to think, open up minds, touch hearts, you know what I mean? Because that shit brings, you know, that brings the best out the music. I remember some of my songs that I loved the most were some of the most songs that gave me a certain feeling when I heard them. Whether it was being happy or it was like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, it touched bases with my feelings and my emotions, and I think that's just deep and it's powerful, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you could do it through music.
Yeah, and you're definitely providing that for other people, man.
Yeah,
like,
definitely
like with what you're doing.
To.
So, hey, just keep doing that. Keep pushing.
Yes, sir. We're going to keep working, baby.
Keep letting that artistry come out, man.
We're going to keep working. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep working, man. You know. Yeah.
I really don't have any more questions here. You know, well, I really like this conversation that we had. What else do you want to leave the people with?
So, yeah, man, like I said, we're going to definitely do Highly Cool. I mean, we got that dropping. We're going to drop that on the 29th of December.
29th of December. We got a date. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's going to be that's in honor of Pimp C. That's going to be on Pimp C's birthday.
Okay,
which is
nice.
December 29th. And then we're going to double back on it with the Finesse Not Forced sometime this summer as I get together with, you know, my cousin, and we sit down and rap, figure out how we want to lay that out, and you know, we're going to do some special shit for that, man. This is going to be the one. So, it might not come out in summer, you know what I mean? I don't have a date for it because it...
Don't want to rush it.
Yeah, it might get serious, you know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things. But I am going to double back with my man Klepto. We're going to do a project called Lion's Den. Into the follow-up of Prodigal Son. We're going to do Lion's Den. And then I got another joint that I'm going to be working with my man 2 Official out of Chicago. If you don't know who he is, look him up on IG. He's dope. He works with some of the greats. He's just a monster, man. But me and him got a joint coming together called A Whore's Wish. So yeah, man, we just working, man.
Sweet, bro. A lot of stuff coming. You know, coming in 2023. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we working, man. Hey,
and we got one. He's got one. I said we. He's got one more coming for you. Before the end of the year. So Highly Cool. Stay on the lookout for that. December 29th on all streaming platforms. That's going to be?
How's that one going to be released? Yeah, man. You know, we might do something different, man. We can shake it up, man. I got some hoodies. I got some merch and shit coming with that. And they fire. But you know what I mean? I'm always about my fans, man. So I don't really be trying to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we still, you know, we're independent artists. So we want to still be able to, you know, add on to our budgets and things of that nature. So we probably had to talk about it, but I think, you know, I will put it on all streaming platforms and then just come make sure I have my merch and then just get the support off the merch. You know, because I don't really want to, you know, I don't want to hold the idea that I want to, I fuck with my fans, man. So Highly Cool, you know what I'm saying? Me and Calico, we invested in it, you know, so I think I'm going to just, you know, let my fans just have at it, and we'll come back with the merch. You know, we've got some really nice merch in the works right now for it.
Absolutely, man. You guys need to support independent artists. This one is not on DSP, so if you guys have not supported Prodigal Son already, you have to do that.
Please do.
Because like if you're going through his catalog, you know what's on Spotify is great, but you know we spoke about Beluga Roe, that's not on there.
Yeah, that's
Prodigal
not there,
Son,
man.
that's not there. So
yeah.
you guys are missing some staples that are in Finesse's catalog.
Yes,
so support Finesse, support independent artists, and hey, support yourself.
Yeah,
all
support
right?
yourself, man. Love yourself, man. And yeah, like T-Mac said, independent artists, man, we out here working hard. So, I mean, you guys keep us alive, you know. The fans, man, that's why I fuck with my fans so heavy, you know what I mean? If they DMing me, I'm stopping. I'm replying to all DMs. When I get on FaceTime, I'm talking to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it like that, you know what I mean? Because without your fans, what are you doing? They help you grow, they support you, they push you. They don't have to give you their hard-earned dollar, but as being an artist, I respect that because they allow me to keep making music and keep pushing my craft forward. So yeah, man, fans is number one in my book, you know. So I love y'all fans, all the O Finess fans. I love y'all, man. Get at me, DM me, you know, holler at me. You know what I'm saying? If you see me on the street, yo, stop me, say what's up, man. It's all love with me, man.
Shout out the handles. I'm gonna have it in the video here, but for people just listening, where can they find you on IG?
Yeah. So you can find me at O_Finess, and that's FINESS78, man. And that's the only place you're gonna find me because I don't really be nowhere else. You know, I've dabbled with Twitter a little bit, but I don't really be on Twitter. I don't have a Facebook, you know. So fuck with me on
videos?
IG.
Do you have your own YouTube channel where, or the videos are mostly on?
Yo, Packer, man. Shout out to Packer the Plug, man. That's why I fuck
Big
with.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, man. Packer's the man. So I've just built. I like to work with people I build relationships with, man. Really, honestly, I think that works best for me. You know what I'm saying? So me and Packer been kind of, you know, rocking together for a while. So all my videos, if you want to find an O Finess video, is gonna be on Packer's page, man.
Fly shit, man. Check that out.
Keep it out there for Packer. We got the like I said, Green Berets remix featuring Musalini and Flea Lord.
I cannot wait.
Shit is crazy.
Is that gonna come out before Highly Cool? You think?
That would definitely come out before Highly Cool.
All right,
so we'll definitely have that video before Highly Cool, and then to kick it with that, also we will be dropping the CD. For Prospect Lake, but the remix will be on the CD.
Ooh, I like it.
So
I like
the remix will be on the CD. That's the only place you'll be able to get that remix. We won't stream that.
Ooh.
That'll be just for the fans, just for our hardcore fans that we rock with. They'll have access to that. And other than that, if you don't want to purchase a CD, then you go on YouTube and go to Packer's page and you'll be able to watch it on Packer's page.
Yeah, like it, leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, definitely, man. And that's the thing, too. I just want to put this out here for the fans, man, and for the people that rock with me. Sometimes it's not really about just money. You know, I understand times get tight. You know, people got their families. But just a comment, just a like, a thumbs up, man, that goes a long way because that makes other people tap into our music that might be in a situation where they can purchase something. So just think about that. That takes like 3 seconds to comment, like, you know, thumbs up. Just leave a comment, man. Something. Just if you fuck with me, just fuck with my music, my page. Leave a comment. Tell your friends about me. Whatever you could do, but that shit is free, and we appreciate that. And we need that type of support. You know.
Amen. Amen. Hey, we're just gonna leave it right there. Finesse, thank you so much for coming through.
T-Mac,
It's a great conversation.
Yo, come on, baby. You know we're gonna do it every time, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Conversations with T-Mac here in the studio. We out.
Peace.
Champagne in the vase with a stolen pistol on my waist. Shot out of pocket if the bitch ever looks me in the face. That's what it looks like, my nigga, when you got expensive taste. Some shit just can't be replaced. I know fiends have been getting high since free base. Raised by men to pull triggers and drowned in liquor. The feds trying to hear Don's whisper.